Hi, it's Mike from over at Landscape Business Course. Another question came in today by a listener that was very inspired by what we were talking about on the podcast and wanted to start their lawn care business today. The very same day that they listened to it, they wanted to get started right away. And so I wanted to put together a video on the 7 things the steps that I would kind of take if you're listening to this right now and you don't have a lawn care business, what can you do in the next 24 hours to start a business and literally be making money tomorrow? What can you do? What are the 7 things you must do to get started? And so the number one thing you got to do is come up with a name and for your business and a logo. And I can go into a long diatribe about both of those things, what your name should be and what your logo should be. But if you want to start within 24 hours, I don't think that's the best use of your time to think about what the name is or the logo. You can change your logo. After the first year in our business, I changed our logo, and it's not a big deal when you're still a small company. And so it doesn't take a huge rebranding effort. You don't have a massive amount of trucks that you got to redo all the logos on. So it wasn't a big deal to change your logo. You do want to get your name down right if you can. I always say don't name it after yourself, just in case you want to sell it, or if you have managers in place that they feel that they can deal with the customers and the customers aren't always asking for Bob, since it's Bob's Lawn Care. And so I'd not name it after yourself if I was you. And we can go into more about the naming and logos and all that, but number one step if you're trying to start your business today is to come up with a name and develop a logo. You can develop a logo on freelancer.com, on 99 Designs, all these other places. If you know a friend that can pump one out for you in a day, that'd be great as well. And that is any sort of freelancer, any sort of designer that will make that for you. You can get that usually done on Freelancer for $20, $30, get a decent design, and if you have a friend, they might even do it for you for a trade or something like that. So get a name, make a logo is step number 1. Step number 2 is to create a very simple website and also a business card. You want the website to look decent, but at this point we're trying to do 24 hours to start a business. So it just needs to be, you need to get the URL set up and just use any basic designer, whether it be Weebly, even on GoDaddy, other sites, Squarespace. They allow you to create a website. And it just needs to be simple. It literally needs to exist for now, so you get the URL. And what I'd be trying to do is make sure that your company name, you get the URL of your company name. So for us, ours is Augusta Lawn Care Services. That's the name of our company. So AugustaLawnCareServices.com. Make that shorter if you can get that URL. I wish we could have just got Augusta.com, but try to get a shorter URL and try to get the name of your business. That's a big thing without having to do a whole bunch of abbreviations like NW for Northwest, or try and do LCS for Lawn Care Services. It can get a little bit complicated there. So try to get your whole name. It's good for SEO, and it's just good for your customers to be able to search you fast. So number 1 is get that logo and the name. Number 2 is try to get that URL for your website. Make the website and make the business card. And so that business card, you can design that yourself on Microsoft Word. You can also, like I said, hire a freelancer designer to create that design for you. It doesn't need to be anything complicated. It just needs to have your contact information, the services you provide. Very, very simple. So that's number 2, is to create that website and that business card. Number 3, and especially if you have any sort of following locally on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, especially Facebook might be a little more local, whereas Instagram you might get a broader reach around all of the US, where that's obviously not your market. But whichever platforms that you are on socially, that you have people in your area that are following you, it might be 300-400 people, friends, family, people in your local community, business leaders, etc. You can make that post and instantly have a lot of credibility and have people lined up ready to buy. And so I would highly suggest number 1 thing you do as far as reaching out after getting the logo, after getting the business card, after getting the website and your name and all of that squared away. Number 3 is to post on social. So make that post, say, hey, I'm starting my business. If anyone was looking for lawn care or landscaping services, you know who to contact. Number 4 is to talk to your friends and neighbors. And not just your friends and your neighbors, but your neighbors' friends and your friends' neighbors. So, if you have a whole bunch of friends, if you have 5 friends, talk to not just your friends and say, hey, I'm doing lawn care, but talk to both, 2 or 3 of their neighbors, each one of those people, and say, hey, I know, your neighbor right over there, and I'm one of his friends, and I am wanting to start my lawn care business. And so talk to them first. People buy from the people that they know, like, and trust, And so if you already have friends, you develop those relationships that are trusting and people that know you, they like you, they trust you, you want to go after those people first. They're kind of like the low-hanging fruit as far as what customers you can get. So I would go after friends and family and then the people that are connected to them. Kind of that second circle of influence beyond just your immediate family and friends, and then go one more step beyond them as go to their friends, their family, and go after them as your first customers. So that's number 4, is talk to your friends and their neighbors and the closer network to you. Number 5 is my suggestion to kind of stay close to your shop. So that shop might be at your house, it might be a garage, another location, some land you might have for your truck and trailer. If I was you, I'd be looking within a mile, 2-mile radius and staying within that, as close to that as possible. Especially when you only get 10, 15 clients getting started, you want to have that tightly knit route that is condensed and efficient. And so don't try to go all over your county or your city. Try to look for one neighborhood, 2 or 3 neighborhoods, a collection of neighborhoods, one part of the city that you really focus on, and you get those clients clustered together, and then that way you can really dominate that market and then expand from there. Number 6 is to share that you're starting a business at your church, your grocery store, your barber, your librarian, your accountant, maybe at your school, or if you go to a gym, any place where you interact civically with your community. You can really share that. If you have grandparents in an elder folks home or in a nursing facility, you can share that with them, maybe put on bulletin boards. Like, remember, we're talking 24 hours here. That if you're looking at this in 24 hours, you can do all of these things and start your business. So sharing your grocery store, at your church especially, getting to know your circle of influence and tapping into that network is amazing. Number 7, the last thing that I would say you need to do in the next 24 hours to get your business started is go door to door. So now you have a business card, you have a decent looking website that has your contact information, you have an email address probably set up from that URL. And so you can go door to door. And what I would suggest you do, and if you listen to the podcast and heard me before, I talk about pre-selling. So if you want to start within the next 24 hours, your business, by tomorrow, number 7, you should be knocking on doors. After you made the website, your name, your logo, things are set up there, you've shared it socially, you've shared it where you interact with the community, and now you go door to door. You start doing more of that cold calling kind of technique, whether it be on the phone or going actual door to door, passing out business cards, letting people know that you're getting started. But one thing I kind of changed there is pre-sale. So if you're going into spring right now, or when you're watching this and you still got a month until you start mowing, it's perfect time, because you can go out there and say, hey, I'm starting to mow come March 1st, but now I know it's only the second week of February, but would you like to get on schedule to be on our service, on our mowing route? And then you can pre-sale 10, 15 clients before you even get started. Don't even have to buy equipment. Like, you notice in these 7 things, you don't need to go out and get a mower or a trailer or a truck. Like, focus on the sales part. Do the minimum viable product as far as promotional material to get those clients. That's a business card, a little website, maybe a brochure or 2. Very, very basic. Do that door to door, pre-sale, get the 10 to 15 clients on schedule. And if you're halfway through the season right now, it's like June, July, you can just say, hey, I'm starting in 3 weeks, starting at July 1st. Would you like to start with our mowing schedule starting at that date? Pre-sell it. Once you get that guaranteed revenue coming, you know you're going to get $2,000, $3,000 a month. Then you have the confidence to go out and buy the equipment that you're going to need, buy the mowers, buy the trailer, buy the truck, and really get started. Maybe you'll get a little more foundational, you'll get a little more solid of a website, maybe work a little bit more on that business card. But if you want to start in 24 hours, go through that list of 7 things, and I guarantee you can at least get started, and you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff before you do it. Thanks so much.